21 years of age. And I wanted to draw attention to several areas and special populations that we've concentrated on in recent years. So we are collaborating with the Include program to enroll children with Down syndrome in a trial that's in startup phase right now. Neonates exposed to drugs via breast milk are an understudied population, and so we have a study going on right now and some current FDA submissions that we're hoping will lead to label changes in the breastfeeding section of these package inserts. We've also studied children with obesity and enrolled them into trials to understand how drug disposition is differently affected in those children. Mental health disorders is a therapeutic area that's underrepresented in trials, and particularly in pediatrics. So we're studying ADHD, we're studying other mental health disorders, the wide range that are targeted with antipsychotic drugs. And then finally, in the era of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have made efforts to study children who are receiving therapeutics for COVID-19 disease, as well as MIS-B. Next slide. And as part of the guidance in developing this 5-minute presentation was to discuss potential opportunities for collaboration with other networks and researchers. So here are a couple thoughts that I think might be good opportunities depending on the needs of other networks or organizations. So as part of PTN, we have, as I mentioned, an extensive network of sites that have expertise in performing trials, particularly trials that are on regulatory grade, so in collecting data that will be submitted to FDA. We have also developed regulatory compliant assays, as you saw the long list of drugs that we've studied. So there is an opportunity to make those available and share those for other investigators who are interested in studying those drugs and obtaining drug concentrations. And additionally, we will continue on our commitment to making the data from our studies publicly available. We've accumulated a lot of data over time, and as I mentioned, we disseminate it through publications, through lay summaries, through submissions, and then we also submit the data to DASH as well. We have had other opportunities to share data. One of our studies that has focused on the children with COVID-19 disease has been engaged in a multi-institution, multi-study collaboration with NIH, and that's the Caring for Children with COVID collaboration. And we work to make the identified data from the children involved in that study publicly available on a fairly speedy basis to accelerate the research on this important and timely topic. All right, I think that's it. Next slide. Yep, so excited to be here today and welcome any questions.
Thank you, Dr. Greenberg. There's actually a question in the chat from Kate Sticka. Why haven't we learned from our horrible experience with not including pregnant women in the original vaccine and remdesivir studies? Why are we not concurrently enrolling pregnant women in the Paxlovid studies? I don't know if anyone wants to comment on that, or we could save it till after Dr. Watt's presentation.
I believe that question is probably not directly for me. Ours is more of a pediatric focused network, but whoever would like to comment on that question certainly can. I certainly echo that sentiment, though.
Sure. Well, we can save it for the discussion. So I'll go ahead with